Welcome to the bold analysis. I want us to track again the question of server. And there are some observations that we are making, and I think we need to be very wary of the political development. Since the whistleblower report emerged, Azimio la Umoja successfully has held 3 town hall meetings. One was here in Nairobi, Fungamano House, then 2 in central Kenya. And they were sharing the document, or rather the data, showing Raila Odinga got 8.1 million votes against Uhuru Kenyatta's 5.7. And in social media, there are those who have called for for these leaders with this information, rather publishing this information, to have breached the law and they need to be arrested. But as I have been asking that, why is it that IBC has been so silent about it? Now that silence has been consistent, and let me look at it this way. Raila again made a statement, the team made a statement, that there were 3 servers of IBC and they needed to audit these servers. The one was industrial area, then there was another server at Anniversary Towers, and then again at Bomas, and the one in Clouds. So looking at how Raila has been giving the server dossiers, he's been so consistent in it. And just in the wake of the bipartisan talks, he also emerged and leaked another information that a group of men from Venezuela were actually in the country, housed in a hotel that is linked to a powerful politician in this country, allegedly to edit the server. Then, of course, it was picked by the media partially. Then the following week, they then said that the LEAKED-Carmagos that arrived in the country to massage the figures in the server had been flown to Masai Mara. And let me tell you something about game park, game reserves. It's normally a place where hakunanga watu, and again, it's highly secretive. And if you want to know that, do you remember the talk about Uhuru and RUTO met, or Raila and RUTO met? It was the talk of Masai Mara. So again, it's normally a place where mostly you can be in a hotel, only one of you. And again, it's very difficult to locate to know whether so and so is in that place. So, and I want you to follow this trail. In this week, but now this weekend, I listened to Hardliner number 1, a man that I really don't appreciate his brand of politics, Kimani Ichung'wah, saying we are willing to open everything and do everything, but not about the question of server. That was Kimani Ichung'wah. I think he was speaking yesterday on Friday during while attending an event in Nyeri alongside President William Ruto. Then after that, Kipchumba Murkomen is also saying, let Raila open that server. We don't know where that server is. If Raila knows, let it be opened. So there seems to be a change of tune, and William Ruto seems to be changing tune on the question of server. And then looks like a trap, because someone argued, if really there is some mischief in it, then believe me that it cannot be opened. And the challenge has never been of results being not this way. The truth here is, if you open that server today and you found out not even a significant difference between what is in that server and what Wafula Chebukati, even if announced, even if it does not amount to change of the results in terms of figures, okay, you are going to show a glimpse of election malpractice. In fact, any alteration in the figure will actually be magnified, or any difference in the figures between the server and what was in the portal, will actually be enough signal to show that we had a problem. And I can tell you, even if William Ruto knows that the data there is in conformity with what is in the portal, then he cannot open it if by any chance there is going to be a slight difference of even some 100, some 50,000 votes, or even 30,000, because that is enough to point the vector, or rather to raise the red flag. So, what do you think has created the change in heart? And that's why, to me, many people have taken silence by the IBC and UDA team as a bit of trying to avoid. It's not ignoring, it's not dismissing. According to me, they don't just have a rebuttal about it. I am personally convinced, I don't think UDA are having a rebuttal against Open the Server. Be it the person who voted for William Ruto or the person who voted for Raila Odinga, there is a general consensus that if there is a server somewhere and we want to know the truth and the only truth, then the only honorable thing to do is to open that server so that you can put the 2022 elections into closure. You can put it to closure. Let's agree. We can meander and make all the corners, but we will only solve and put the 2022 question to a closure by the question of that server. I believe so. I am seeing that, and that seems to be the mood being on. So let's see what is behind the change of heart. It's very strategic, and I make sure you watch that part because I really want to make it come out very, very solid. But before that, we are finishing our fundraiser on Sunday. Now, this is the very last videos we're doing about this fundraiser to support Mercy's family, the lady who was locked in Kenyatta Hospital over a bill of 80,000, and we managed to secure. But after that, they are grounded as a family, so we're fundraising, supporting them to get the husband to get a motorbike since he had also lost the job, and that's a bit of what the fundraiser we are doing there. So I've pinned the number there. Let's push and let's see. On Monday, I believe that this will be behind us. So for those who don't have an idea of this story, I'm going to share the video at the end of this. So Ruto has changed, and there are two U-turns. 2 days ago, I analyzed the question of if it is about calling Raila Odinga my brother, I am going to call him 20 times. I'm telling you, William Ruto is choosing between two things, and Raila is not giving him those choices. He's choosing between those who want handshake. I don't think it's even Raila Odinga, because I've always asked, how is handshake going to help Raila? I don't think. Handshake is not going to help Raila. William Ruto is going to vie in 2027. So if he's to get to a handshake, how does we get a formidable force? How does Azimio get a formidable force against William Ruto? That's normally, and that's why I take those who think about Raila wants handshake. I think they're just unrealistic, and they've just decided to be economical with the common sense. In 2017, Uhuru Kenyatta was not going to vie, so you could lean towards Uhuru because you will get his support. Now, William Ruto, do you think in 2027 William Ruto is going to support Raila Odinga? Or if Azimio is to get into some very lean working environment, working relationship with the president, then how are they gonna make a formidable force in 2027? Are we going to balkanize the country into some UDA affair so that we go the Uganda way of never had an election, just transition one after the other? I've always taken it doesn't make sense. It doesn't fall anywhere. Now, this U-turn is seen by one thing. I think William Ruto has realized that Raila is not gonna drop the ball on the servers. Even after the bipartisan talks, I've seen what is going on there. William Ruto wants the bipartisan talk to take 3 months. I don't know why, but they want the bipartisan talks to take 3 months, but it should only be about IBC. Look at the hypocrisy in it. But Raila Odinga is saying, I want us to take 1 month, but we're going to touch all the other things. I think they're meeting twice a week. I'm even wondering whether it's going to be 1 month or 3 weeks. So, he has realized that Raila is not going to drop the ball on the server, and he's still willing and ready to go back to the streets. I think Ruto has realized that. The emissaries that he sent, because I believe that he has a lot of intelligence, even around Raila Odinga, there are people that are William Ruto sympathizers. And these sympathizers could be telling President Ruto that the man you're seeing here can go back to the street. Let me give you a very good story. I have a friend who works around Azimio, and we worked with we are friends since 2015. So he was telling me a very interesting story. He was telling me, Kevin, ile Raila naona wa 2015 2017 si Raila naona sahi. Then I asked him why. Kaniambia ile Raila naona sahi haogopi kifo. I asked him why. He told me yes, that's it. Kevin, I've attended the mandamanos and I can tell you Mzee is very determined. That man haogopi kifo. And I think he's even more secure. That's why security yake has really been advanced. He doesn't fear it. So William Ruto has known very well that Raila heading back to the street, it's a phone call away. I think it's a strong throw away. He will not, many will think, and I think that's what the Rigathi Gachagua camp did when they, sent the police to hit and maim and threaten others. Then they thought these ladies will be maimed or they will fear. But I think from what Raila has realized, Raila is going to talk about the server question for the next 4 years, and it has an impact. It has a potential of ending William Ruto's 2027 prospects. Take that to bank. It has that potential, and this is how. Raila's message here is, you won unfairly, but we allowed you to just work. But since getting into power, we are not seeing prospects of a better life. So simply saying that because you are working on a borrowed power, but you're not delivering, hand it back to me. Now, this is the message that shall gonna go to 2027. If we get there, that we allowed you the mantle to serve, but you've not served our people. You've not united the country. In terms of appointments, it's skewed on the shareholders. I analyzed that in the previous video. So that is something I can see here, that he has realized. William Ruto knows very well that 2027 has a potential of destroying the 2027 prospects. I can tell you who will go to that election. And I've always said, if Azimio says we're pulling out presidential, what's going to happen? You will still be around this problem. And he has realized that Ruto doesn't want, and let me tell you, the change in tone, one is, he's trying to make sure that you neutralize Azimio. There is something that no one else is telling you, that Azimio is also thriving on this stalemate. The Unga stalemate, the server issue, the IBC, that's what is keeping Azimio afloat. So he even tried to make a political message on, I'm going to drop the cost of Unga, and today so he's saying it's going to be dropped to 150, then to 170. Then the cost of dropping it to 170, then next week it will be 150. That's what the president was saying, I think, in Meru. Then this is it. They've been trying to neutralize, but he doesn't want, and is trying his best to make sure that the IBC, the server question, or rather electronic voting question, electronic system question, is not going to be part of IBC reforms. That's it. Because, do you know what it can get? It can get one thing I once said in this analysis, and I can repeat. If we don't open the servers, then to boost the confidence, let's just go back to manual with its problems. Someone's going to say that from the moon, that if we can't go, then let's go to manual. Lastly, I'm seeing civil society. There are many articles, and they seems to have joined the opposition in pushing for this, and that then bolsters the Azimio side. So it's realized that the question on electoral reforms is going to be with us here for long. So that probably is the reason behind U-turn, but an acceptance to open it shows you that if it's nothing fishy, or maybe it's a trap to make sure that Raila team will also say you've edited it, so there is no manner of opening it. I'm telling you, the cover server question we're going to have here for long. Tell me, what's your reason behind change of tone? Welcome, guys, to The Bold, and to me, I have a gentleman here. He's been looking for me for quite some time, and I decided to just bring him here in studio. He's going to give us his story on what exactly he's going through, and so that we can see how we can always come in. So maybe you can start with your name. What is your name?
My name is Stephen Otieno.
Stephen Otieno.
Yes.
Okay. Stephen, you told me that your wife has a challenge. It's not someone is somewhere detained in the hospital. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you take us through what exactly happened, or where did it start?
Okay, this started after my wife gave birth at Pumwani Hospital.
Date?
On date 20th February. So after she gave birth, mtoto alikuwa nursery after 5 days. So after 5 days from nursery, we went back home. We were just home, things were well. After some few weeks, then wife got complications. Alianza kubleed, mysteriously bleeding, and I was shocked. Ran out to call the doctor, and the doctor told me to bring the lady in the hospital.
Wapi? Unaishi wapi?
Okay, naishi Dandora.
Okay.
Phase 5.
Okay.
So daktari alijaribu, akashindwa. The lady was seriously bleeding. Akaniambia nitafute taxi to rush mgonjwa Kenyatta. Nikafanya hivyo, tukafika Kenyatta. Wakati nilifika Kenyatta, mama alikuwa admitted. Na from hapo, so
alikuwa admitted sasa Kenyatta.
Alikuwa admitted Kenyatta hospital.
Na wakati alikuwa admitted, the child now, but the child,
okay,
the child is fine?
By the time...
But then this is the child.
Yeah.
And
this is my baby.
This is your baby. And
yeah.
Ni baby boy and
baby boy. To Jason.
Oh, good. Even my son was born in February. So now, where are you from first?
Okay, right now I'm from the Kenyatta Hospital. Nilipeleka mtoto kunyonya, and that is how I always do it. Nampeleka, ananyonya, namrudisha kwa nyumba.
Unampeleka kila siku?
Daily.
In the morning, ama unakana the whole day?
No. Nampeleka in the evening. In the evening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then sasa sasa ukitoka unaenda tu mnalala.
Sasa nikitoka naenda kwa nyumba. So nikiwa pale kwa nyumba, mtoto ana survive na maziwa ya kuchemsha. Nachemsha, naongeza maji kidogo. And that's it.
Wow. You've really impressed me. How about the child? Yeah, alikuwa sawa hata wakitoka Pumwani?
Okay, mtoto wakati tulikuwa tunatoka Pumwani, mtoto since alikunywa ile amniotic fluid, ile uchafu. So mtoto amekuwa na shida hiyo ya kungorota, anangorota. Ni kama anafungana hewa.
Okay.
So doctors gave me some medicine ile ya kudrop kwa mapua wakati anatoa hiyo sauti. So hiyo ndo nimekuwa nikitumia, but still at times nasikia anatoa hiyo sauti kama
hata sasa nasikia na
hata sasa. Yeah.
What did the doctors in Kenyatta say was the problem?
Doctors in Kenyatta waliniambia mama wakati alizaa kuna vile mtoto alimrarua, they got a tear. So walimshona, alienda theater wakamshona.
Na alizaa normal?
Alizaa normal.
Na tear. Okay. So, anafaa shown or something. Okay.
Yeah.
We may not understand because we don't have a lady here.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was what was bringing the complication about the bleeding.
Yeah.
Guys, I was told this, and I really got touched by his story, Stephen's story. You know, when he was telling me you were in Kenyatta, and I was like, okay, what's going on? So it's been there for how many days?
Since date 2nd.
Date 2nd.
Yeah.
The bill is?
The bill is 80,000.
80,000.
Yeah.
Wow. But then, now that you take care every evening, when do you go to work now? Do you even go to work now that?
No. Okay. About my work, I'm a boda rider. Na pikipiki naendesha ni ya mtu na ni ya loan. So wakati nilikuwa na hii shida, pikipiki ilibidi tu iendelee kufanya kazi sababu inalipwa daily. So mwenyewe alichukua na alitafuta mwingine aendelee.
Oh, so what you normally your work is kuendesha boda?
Yes.
So because of this, that is you can. But then how do you survive? Okay, you should not ask that. So should get what is the terms of the loan? How much do you pay to get a pikipiki and loan so that you pay boda maybe?
Okay, for now, loan walipandisha deposit Kwa sahi deposit ni 25,000.
Okay.
Then
So if you get 25,000,
yes,
you go and pay,
yeah,
and you're given a motorbike on loan.
Yeah.
Then you pay is the rest in installments.
Yeah.
Which you can manage.
I can manage to get 500 per day.
You unapata endesha around Dandora.
Yeah.
Wow. Guys, I brought Stephen here because I wanted us to get feel of this story, and this is one we can do this. We've always done this. This is 80,000. Today's date 14. If you give yourself 1 week, Friday. Yeah, so let's try. Let's do a 50 shillings challenge. I've decided not to. I'm going to share the number, nobody's number, because of a bit of that disturbance. But I am also asking those who can be willing to reach out to me. My number is there. I'll directly connect you with him so that whichever God has blessed you with, at least I talk. So Mama amekaa hospitali for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you guys are young couples, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, and may God bless you for being a father to this child. I know it's really touching. It's really touching the heart, and I believe that as Bold family, this will come to an end. I know we will find a way. Okay.
I appreciate it.
Sawa. Asante. Aya.